Exclusive. President Tinubu scraps Niger Data Ministry over role duplication with Niger Data Development Commission. Wow. Okay. So there is so the Ministry of Niger Data has been scrapped and leaving only Niger Data Development Commission, which is NDDC. Okay. So, but himself in the new portfolios he created two ministers for each portfolio. So, did he also create two ministers for this Niger Data Development Commission, or DG rather? So, let's see what he has done and why he did it. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has scrapped the Ministry of Niger Data. Sarah reporters can report. Government sources on Thursday told Sarah reporters that the Ministry of Niger Data was scrapped by the president because there is also the Niger Data Development Commission. The source noted that following the scrapping of the Ministry of Niger Data, all the works and duties previously mandated to the ministry will be moved to the NDDC. Tinubu has scrapped the Ministry of Niger Data. It was done because there is the Niger Data Development Commission, so it is like they are duplicating efforts. Now, all works done by the Ministry of Niger Data will be moved to the NDDC, one of the sources said. President Tinubu on Wednesday released the list of his ministers and their portfolios. The president also created some new ministries while the names of some existing ministries have been modified, including the Ministry of Environment and Ecological Management, Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, and the Ministry of Gas Resources. Can you imagine? What is different between Ministry of Gas Resources and Ministry of Petroleum? I don't understand what is happening here. Yeah? Now, let's get it right. You remove Ministry of Niger Data because it's a duplication against the Niger Data Development Commission. But then you created Ministry of Gas Resources, and then there is still Minister for Petroleum, Minister of State for Petroleum, and you are the actual Minister for Petroleum. What's the difference? What's the difference? There is also the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, which used to be called Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development is now the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation and will be headed by Beta Edu. The Ministry of Youth and Sports Development had been split into two, Ministry of Youth and Ministry of Sports Development. So what are we talking about? What is different between the youth and sports development? How would their portfolios be created? In May, Senator Orjiz Okalo called on President Tinubu to scrap the Ministry of Niger Data Affairs. He described the works of the ministry as a duplication of the Niger Data Development Commission. Some of the ministries and parastatals that are no longer viable, like the Ministry of Niger Data Affairs, and some other ministries are not viable and should be scrapped. We have the Niger Data Development Commission like we have the Northeast Development Commission. So the Ministry of Niger Data should be scrapped, he said. Wow. So that's fine if you think that is more effective. But again, look at the new ministry that have been created. They have been duplicated. Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Youth Development and Ministry of Sports. They used to be together, Minister of Youth Development and Sport. Okay, now you split them into two and then created two different ministers and two different portfolios. There are several ministerial roles or portfolios here that have been created and split together, but when you look at their roles, they are similar. So I'm just looking at the consistency in trying to identify areas of improvement and efficiency here, because it doesn't make sense. That of Niger Data, we know, we can understand it's a duplication. You removed it, no, that's fine. But the ones you created, are there no potential for duplication? Are there no potential for conflict of roles? Because we can see some of the ministries that are newly created also have similarities in terms of or similitude of duplication as well. Okay, so that is what Tinubu is saying. But when you look at the only problem I have with this Ministry of Niger Data and NDDC is that we really haven't seen the impact. People have stolen hell and heaven under the ministry and under the NDDC as well. We saw what happened when Fabio was the director, DG of NDDC, reporting to the Ministry of Niger Delta, and there was serious conflict between them. Okay, and they didn't want to see each other. We also saw the amount of corruption that went on that NDDC that was to be investigated by the 9th Senate Assembly, and that investigation did not see the light of the day because when Ikpabio was interrogated, he wanted to confess, he wanted to speak what he knew about some of the senators and lawmakers who has companies and who had hands in the contracts that are done in Niger Delta. And then when they saw that he was going to expose them, they told him to off his mic. Honorable, off your mic. Honorable, off your mic. With that, we remember all of that. Until today, that investigation died a natural death. It never saw the light of the day. Okay, and today the same Akpabio that also was part of that corruption and investigation that ended is now the Senate president. What an irony! They are just rewarding themselves, rewarding their dirty jobs with ministerial roles, with government roles, and making money out of it, and then instituting lifetime pensions for themselves. What an irony. The entire political landscape of Nigeria need to be overhauled, need to be cleaned up, and need to be landscaped again. Because the state we are in this country, we are not going to go anywhere when the thief get in an office will claim to be righteous and begin to hunt for another thief. Okay, that is the state of the country, and it's very, very bad. People are stealing and are rewarding themselves for stealing and for doing their political dirty jobs for their masters or for their principals. And Nigeria cannot move forward that way. So removing the Ministry of Niger Delta, there won't be any job done if the corruption that goes under Niger Delta is not checkmate. But again, who is going to checkmate corruption in Niger Delta Development Commission? Okay, with the amount of money that the commission receives every year, or compared to the projects that are executed and completed each year, who can find the expenditure and the balance? Is it